And good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever it is where you are watching. Thank you for joining me again on Let's do the weather check. And I'm going to say a warm but blustery and overcast Sunday afternoon where we are right now. And yeah, thank you for spending some time with me. How has your week's been? It's been 2 weeks since I've been on the air. Last week was Mother's Day in the Netherlands, and I was a little bit busy with that. But I'm back now. Today we are going to be continuing, maybe finishing, I don't know, the build for our Corvette ZR1. See how far that we get with that, because in the coming weeks, I've got people that are going to be building with me again. So the same as I did with Martin a few weeks ago, we're going to have joint streams where we are both building something similar and see how that goes. Just have a nice chat at the same time. And we have Jess in the chat. Hey, Jessica! And a big shout out and a big thank you to Jessica, because she is going to be helping me out in the chat, because I sometimes get a little bit flustered when I'm trying to follow Lego and trying to follow the chat and thinking, eek, how am I supposed to moderate this at the same time? So really super. Thank you for your help there. And hello to Jessica's mom there. How are you doing today? Now, before I get started building today, there is just something which I really want to show you. It came in over the last couple of weeks. It was from a conference that I gave a talk out earlier on in the year. And you get speakers' gifts from conferences, and you get speakers' gifts, and then you get speakers' gifts. And this one is from the .NET Front-End Day conference. Let's see if the camera is going to focus on that. There we go. And all of the speakers for the .NET Front-End Day, they all got personalized Lego sets. So I adore Doctor Who. And so I got this fantastic Lego set on one of the new IKEA Lego boxes. So Lego storage box with Lego that you can build on top of. With K9. Come on, focus on K9 camera. You can do it. Oh, apparently you can't. We have a Dalek in there. There's a table bench with some Lego on it, a Lego box. And we have, even behind me, the chalkboard, which you can see the lower half of behind me. And if I'm standing up on my chalkboard, I have a TARDIS, which I put on there an age ago, and I've never taken off because I've never drawn one so well, and I'm never going to draw one so well again. So I just wanted to bring that one just on briefly. This Lego set now just sits on my work desk now. It's in front of me all day when I'm working, and it's just phenomenal. So anything Doctor Who is phenomenal, but anything personalized in Doctor Who is even better. Right then, let's get on with the building, shall we? Let's have a look. Now, with any luck, this is actually legible, because I finally managed to remember to flip my camera around, so that hopefully you can now read what I'm going to read. Let's get this keyboard out of the way, because we don't need that right now. So what we have is the car, which, as we finished it 2 weeks ago, we have one door in place. We've still got to build the other door. And then we've got to do the roof. We're going to do the rear end. Let's see how far we get today. We might get it finished. We might not. We'll see. Thank you very much, Jess. Yes, it's got to be nicely sorted, because you've got to know what you're going for. I just wish I had slightly more space so that I could put the book somewhere as well. But I'm actually looking forward to it when we actually start a new set, to be able to sort on camera again. I've taken to sorting the ZR1 in the morning before I have lunch, getting ready for the stream in the afternoon, just because, I don't know, you've seen me sort this set twice already, and I'm not sure you need to see it many more times. Or maybe you want to see it many more times, and in which case I'll leave the sorting until I start the stream. Let me know. Right, let's get building, shall we? So we're going to start to build the second door. And let's have a look. Let's move that in front of me so I can get to my little bits. I also need to get some smaller tubs to contain my Lego pieces, because these just take up way too much space and it's not needed. So we need a black connector bit. So that comes out of this one. And we need an orange L shape, and we need 3 black connector bits. 1, 2. And we have the witch of the test. Hello! Oh, thank you so much for joining me. And so, yeah, not in reverse casual Friday. I'm in completely casual Sunday today. And so I looked at my dresses this morning and thought, shall I, shan't I? And then just went for the easy option. All right. I hope you enjoy yourself. It's superb to see you here this afternoon. I'm really thrown now. So we need to put our black connector bits. We need to get this the right way around. It's the same as the door that we built last time, only of course it's the opposite way around, which means I am guaranteed to go wrong sometime here. It is Sunday. It is absolutely the time to chill and be comfy. I can totally go with that one. And so after I've finished here is when I've got things to do, which dresses really aren't that conducive to. I'm going to be making some pizza dough this afternoon and trying out the new barbecue that I got on Friday, or that I built. Got on Thursday, built it yesterday with a pizza stone. So I'm going to try and do proper pizza today. It's probably going to fail miserably, but it'll be an interesting experience anyway. So that one goes through the back there. Make sure I get it right this time. Last time I got it wrong. Last time I completely misread the book. To me, I thought that this went into this end hole, but it actually is supposed to go behind the back into the middle hole there. Can we adjust the camera so you can see the book better? Yeah. Now, camera, please don't fall off the monitor. You can see slightly better than you could before. So we need an orange plank, yellow plank, not orange, yellow, and it's got to be 3 long. That's in this one, and this goes on the side of here. This is how it connects to the car. Then we can put that to the side a second, and we can start building the actual door. So we get our door, and then we need 2 black connector pieces. I believe they're in here. These ones, that's not one that we need. That, on the other hand, is one that we need. So we need 2 of those, and we need to do another dreaded sticker. So now I couldn't find the scissors I used last time, so I've had to get different scissors. The fun thing is, they're not very good quality. They don't meet at the end, so it's going to be a little bit interesting to see whether or not I actually cut these things out correctly. Yeah, the stickers! Ah! Oh, I hate this bit. I must admit, since I learned this technique for doing the Lego stickers, I hate it slightly less than before. But now, instead of just having to place the sticker correctly, I've now got to cut the sticker out correctly too. So let's see what we can get around here. This has a bit of a bend in it. And around here like so. You've got to really make sure that you get rid of all the white, but don't cut too much of the orange. Okay, then we'll cut across this end. And this side doesn't really matter too much because this just goes into the middle of the Lego piece. So let's just discard that one and just do the last sticker across here. There we go. So now, if I've done my job correctly, our whole sticker should kind of line up on the edge like so. So now what we're going to do is half peel it. Let's pick it up here. Then we're going to crease the backing paper in half. Line up the front again. Make sure that's in pretty much the right place. And stick it down. Now this is always interesting because you've got the two sides of this. Let's see if this has worked. Push it across, slowly get it out, and hey, look at that. We've got a sticker which is pretty much in the right place. Gotta say, this technique takes time, but it does appear to work. Even with my terrible skills and my terrible shaky hands. Woo-woo! I do know people who hate this technique because of the time that it takes. And what they do instead is actually apply the stickers with a little bit of soapy water. So they wet the panel, they take the sticker off, and then they actually slide it into the right place. And they let it slowly dry out. Got to wait for it to dry out, of course, but you don't have to do all of the work cutting the sticker. Right, now we can carry on adding the bits to it. So we need to add this one to the top. And then we need to add this one to the bottom, making sure that you get the holes the right way around. Otherwise, you have no end of issues later. And then this is mounted to the car somehow. Let's have a look. We mount the orange piece through the holes. There we go. And we have a door. Have I missed more bits? Nope. Next, we need to mount the hinge. So that would be this bit with 3 more black connecty bits. Hey, Jess, we still need to get that GitHub going with our naming convention for Lego pieces. We need to talk about that at some point and get it going. So we need to put a connector bit in each one of these. So it's mounted that way. Do 1 on the top and then 2 on each side. And for those that aren't sure what I was just saying there, watching the Married Geek stream, we were talking about the different names that we give different Lego pieces. And it's like, we need to come up with a GitHub repository for this, just a gist or something that we can add all of our descriptions to so that we can use a standard language, even if it's not the official Lego standard language. So this is mounted on the back of these holes in here. Says she, hopefully. Come on, you can do it. So I'm enjoying building with the Technics Lego, but it is so much more difficult than standard Lego. And then we need to mount some blue connecty bits. So we need 1 blue connector bit with a cross at one end and a rounded bit at the other end. And then we need an extra long connector bit, which is going to poke all the way through. So if we have the car this way, 1 connector bit comes in here. And that is the one with the cross. Now I wonder whether or not I've mounted this cross correctly or whether or not that's going to come back and haunt me at another point. And then we mount the long connector piece in there. And now we need to figure out how to mount it onto the actual car. So we have our car here. We'll destroy all the sorting that I've done. And this is mounted so. Is that about right? Yeah. That looks the same on the other side. Either I've got it right or I've got both sides wrong the same. So now we have 2 doors. The car's starting to get a little bit safer. And now we're going to join the doors together and I think stop them floating around so much because right now they're a little bit loose. So we need our black bar. We can check this against the one-on-one. Thankfully, unlike the Space Needle that the Married Geeks were building this week, I don't have to cut any of this Lego to size. Get another 2 connect pieces. And we put one in from each end. 1 and 2. And then we need to get a couple of domes. And we need to mount the domes on top. Did Jimmy not enjoy cutting up the Lego? That must have felt awful to do. Especially it's one of those things, I mean, most of the time, if you get Lego wrong, you can come back and you can fix it. If you got somebody that gets it wrong and you cut it too short, what on earth are you supposed to do then? So we've made our bar that goes across the back. Now we have to fit it into place. Okay, that's still a little bit. There's got to be something else that holds this together. Or are you really just supposed to open both doors at the same time? Yeah, we'll find out. You've got 1 extra piece? Just 1? Now, when you get 1 extra piece, that's really got to be the bit where you think, have I missed something? Or more to the point, what have I missed? I never think, have I missed something? I always think, what have I missed? Okay, so now we've got the doors finished, and now we move on to the roof, which means we've got yet more stickers to add to our car. But not yet. We're starting on bits that aren't stickers. So we need to get a black connecty bar, and we need 1 of those. We need another 3 of our black connector pieces. And we put 2 on one side, and we put 1 on the other. Then we get a black L shape. We mount that on the side with the 2 connecty bars, like so. And then we get an extra long blue connector, and we stick that in the middle. And then we mount the center part of the roof. And the center part of the roof gets mounted on our ultra long piece. And then we need a second ultra long piece which goes through the back. Like so. And then we put connectors onto that. And these are cylindrical connectors. So these ones here. So let's put this across on here. Now, I don't know if you're supposed to or not, but I hate having these holes in these cylindrical connectors. So anytime I have them in my Lego sets, I always try and make sure that those holes are facing away from what you see. Unless there's an explicit reason why you need to see it. Which I see on the instructions, they've not done. They've actually got these holes at the back, but that's going to drive me absolutely batty if I have this on the wall and I can see the blue poking through. So I'm going to leave mine hidden. So the next step is to make up another one of these L-shaped pieces. So we need another black L. We need another 3 black connector bits. And then we need hair that doesn't fall into my face. That's quite good. Most of the time, I've kind of got rid of myself in the corner because it took up desk space. And then it's fine. The hair falls in the face and you can just kind of ignore it. But now that I'm actually on stream, I'm really conscious of my hair dropping in my face. So, the witch of the test didn't see the previous stream or any stream before this one. Welcome. Did you build the whole engine block? Yes. The engine block was built, I think either last stream or the stream before. And it's one of those really cool ones because if you turn the wheels, and this is really hard to do. So instead of turning the wheels, I'm going to turn the diff. We'll come to that one in a second. And you actually get, if I can get the angle right, your pistons going up and down and seeing the V8 in motion. I really love the detail that they put on those. Even the fact that the pistons rise and fall, I believe, in the correct order. The other one that we had to build, and that was right on the first stream, and that was the differential at the back. And this, I was so fascinated with this. I could have watched it for an age. You have the full diff here. So if we turn the diff, the wheels turn. If you hold one of the wheels, then only one of the wheels turns. It's only when you hold both wheels that you actually get the full drive going through the diff back to the main prop shaft. So you've really got the whole planet gear system to make sure that the car can go around corners. That fascinates me still. And yet that is absolutely mad. It's just, my mind was blown when I built it. I was not expecting them to go to this level of detail. And the other one, the steering, which I love. It's not actually connected to the steering wheel. Let me get this into the camera. So we have a steering wheel here. On the 911 that I built previously, the steering wheel is connected to the front wheels. This one, the steering wheel just hangs. But we have this extra pole coming out of the back. And that actually goes through some weird gears in the middle. I don't know how well that comes across on camera. You can see that blue cog. That blue cog takes this pole and transfers it on a cog which is around the drive shaft, but not connected to the drive shaft, to this underneath. And that one allows you to operate the steering at the front of the car, making it a little bit remote control. Seriously, the detail that's gone into this and the way that the Lego engineers have built it, it's just mind-boggling. Seriously mind-boggling. Okay, now for my second L-shaped piece, the Lego designers have decided to make this a little bit more interesting. You build it differently. See, the first one we built, we did the 3-1 first, and then we put it onto the L shape. And the second one, they actually build the 3-1 onto the L shape. It's exactly the same thing, just in a slightly different way. I suppose it keeps it interesting. So let's drop that onto there, and we'll drop that one in the middle. And this mounts onto this blue one here. And now we get to do another sticker. Which sticker do we want? We want sticker 3. Of course we do. It couldn't want to be simple, could it? Now this sticker is really hard because this one has no guidelines for you. Let's cut this entirely off. There we go. Now I, with hands that rarely get any more stable than this, have to cut a straight line across an imaginary line. Being aphantic, I can't see that line in order to get this to fit properly. Wish me luck. So let's try and cut this up here. I can't even get this in the right place on the scissors before I start. Okay, hating this. So we're going across. I can see that I've got this wrong already. As long as I don't cut the sticker, at least I've not totally ruined it. I just won't be able to fit it as well as I want to. Ooh, that was close. And don't cut through sticker 2 while you're at it. Yeah, I can breathe again now. That was indeed nerve-wracking. You can actually see, if you look at the edge on this one, yeah, the camera doesn't pick it up too well, but I got very close to that sticker during the cutting, which means this one is not the right shape in any way, shape, or form. Let's see whether or not I can still mount it properly. So we're going to peel off the backing paper again. We're going to do that on one side, same as we did last time. Stop shaking, Stacy. It will make it a whole lot easier. And now we're going to get this up to, so the orange side is good, because the orange side I had a good guide. So that's the one that I'm going to go with. And that should mount a little bit like so, I believe. It looks about straight-ish. Okay, let's peel this off. And ever so slowly start to work our way down the piece. And hopefully we've not made too much of a mess. You know what? That ain't bad. I think I can kind of be happy with that. It's not quite straight, but it's close. So now this one has to be mounted to here. What have I missed? Tell you one thing I've missed. I mounted it on the wrong side. Because it's actually got to be mounted on this side like this. But I think there's supposed to be something connecting these two up as well. But I could be wrong there. That's interesting. That means that the middle of it's always going to be movable to the rest. Oh, stickers are a nightmare. I need to get in contact actually with Lego because I built the lunar lander around Christmas or so, and that has a huge amount of gold stickers, and I had to put the stickers on before I learned this technique. And they're terrible. They're truly awful. So I need to contact Lego and see if they'll send me a new sticker pack, and then I can get rid of all of the stickers that didn't go on properly and actually try and mount them correctly. If I get the sticker back, I'm going to do that one on stream. We'll just have a really tense half an hour of trying to mount all of these different stickers. And then we can all have a drink of whatever our favorite drink is afterwards and breathe a sigh of relief if it works. So now we need to mount the other side. So yet more stickers. How many more do we have? We have another 3 stickers after this one. So now we need to cut this one off. And this is a bit where being ambidextrous would be quite nice because I want to cut it this way, but I can't see. So try and follow the line. There we go. And now try and follow this line. At least this one's easier, but I've got to get this one right because I got the black one wrong last time. So if the orange isn't right, I am in trouble. Eek. Oh, that's not straight. That's so not straight. This is terrible. Well, it's cut, but I don't know if it comes across on the camera. It doesn't come across that well. The camera's not that good. But you can just about see the little white edge there where I've really not done that well at all. Right, let's get this one mounted then. So we're going to mount this up this way again. I'm going to do the same as last time. Actually, what I might do for one stream is have a look at what different techniques there are to make mounting the stickers easier. And try and use each one and see which one gets the best results. So we're going to mount this one up. So I've lined that up to the wrong side. I lined that up to the black side, which was the side I got wrong last time. So now I've got too thick a black line here, but I'm not taking it off and trying again because I've got no guidelines now. So this one gets mounted to this side. So where we have our complete roof. And now we need to mount some extra long black connecty bits. Where did I put my extra long black connecty bits? Okay, this is scary. I think I've lost bits. I don't appear to have these black connector bits. Or is it these ones? No, it's not those ones. Well, that's going to make life a little bit difficult. Definitely not in there. Or there. Oh. What are we going to do now? The fact that I'm missing two of them says to me that I've misplaced them. Missing one in a Lego set would be one thing. Missing two is I've done something wrong. Alternatively, I am just the world's worst searcher. And there they are. I'll talk about nerve-wracking. It's like, hey, what do we do now? This is the only set that I've got that's really ready to be built. And my tea's going cold. So we need some blue connecty bits with the crosses. And we put the crosses into the end. Like so. Extend our black connector bits. And then we put the... Oh, that's how they connect. That black connector bit's extra long, look. It goes all the way through and holds everything in place. Like so. Suddenly it all becomes clear. Showing my age here, but that takes me back to the Tab Clear adverts from the 90s. Now we have to mount some 5-bar brackets to the back. And we need a yellow connector bar to the front, which I'm guessing is this one. And it is. It's always out. I hold these in my hands and they seem like half the size of the one-on-ones. And then you come down to the side and no, the one-to-one, that really is the right size. So we'll mount the 5-hole planks to the back. Is it planks or is it girders? I think it's possibly more a Lego girder than a Lego plank, isn't it? And then we mount this one in this side, but not all the way through, because I imagine that that's going to connect to something else in a second. And now we get to mount it. So this comes to the back here. Can you see that? It comes onto here. And we push this through and hope that we've got everything lined up correctly. Ow. And we try not to break our nails whilst we do it. Lego Technics, not good for your nails. And then the front one, somehow, okay, what am I missing here? Oh, that's neat. We have these two extra pieces here. I wondered what these were going to be connecting to. They're going to connect to these two bits sticking down to really hold it solidly in place. So we need to push this down. Let's bend the roof back, and then you can see. This is going to drop between those grey girders, and it should, hopefully, if I do this right, snap into place, like so. Can we do the other side? And there's our roof mounting, and I suspect these ones are going to come down, and they're going to mount there to give us that iconic Corvette shape. And it is indeed. So we're going to need to get 2 brown connector bits, and my next door neighbor's just started hammer drilling his wall again, as happened earlier on this week at Techorama. So hopefully it's not going to come across the microphone. It's why I ended up picking this microphone over the one that picks up more noise. If it gets too bad, let me know. And which are the tests, just checking to see what the ZR1 should look like when it's actually finished. I hope it's something kind of like what I'm building. It's, I have the box next to me to see what it's supposed to look like. And I'm hoping I've done enough things right that it comes good. And you can't hear the hammering? That's good. It's taking an age. The house was sold a while ago, but it needed a lot of work doing to it. So the new owners have spent the last, I think, 4-5 weeks ripping out the house. So we've had the first 3 weeks were absolutely dreadful. That was really serious hammer drilling. I think they were making new channels in the concrete walls. Most of the time it's okay now, and then just occasionally you'll hear something. So mount the other side of the windscreen. Our doors now work correctly. So we can open, close both the doors. It's starting to look like kind of decent. Now what are we going to end up building? I'm going to cheat and sneak ahead. Oh, we're building the rear of the car now. Start to make it look a little bit like a car from the back as well. Because, you know, that does look a little bit deconstructed right now. So we're going to need one of our orange L-shaped pieces. Another 2 connecty bits. And apparently I'm getting quite down to the base of the connector bits now. And we want to mount those in the second and third holes along the bottom. And then we need 2 more. It's another one of these wonderful ones. You have some steps where it seems like you've got to do 15,000 different pieces. And then you have some steps which you just think, why didn't you make that one step? Mount the connector bit up the side here. Then we're going to get a 90-degree girder, 90-degree cross girder. Got to think of a nice name for this one. We have 2 normal holes on one side, and we have a cross hole on the other. And we're going to be mounting that with yet 2 more black connector bits. And 1 extra long black connector bit with a cross. So the cross goes through here, like so. And then the black connector bits go in the front, like so. 1, 2. And that gets mounted in the last hole here. Where do we go next? I almost burst into song there from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Where do we go from here? I won't subject you to that, though. So we need another L-shaped piece, which has to go that way around. And then we need another black connector piece with a circle. Like so. One of the extra long blue ones. And a normal black connector piece. And we mount this one in the third hole on one side. We mount the extra long one in the top from this side. And then we mount the single black connector on this side like so. And this mounts here. Seriously, who thinks up these things? And then we have to get some of these little blue pieces here. These are generally just used to fill holes and make decoration and things. They don't actually connect anything together. They just give you the ability to mount something on it. So we're going to mount one there and one there. And that just gives us a space of a standard Lego 2x2 tile that we can connect to. And we're going to mount that one. I've done this completely wrong, haven't I? Let's try this one again. I need to mount the blue bits on this side because otherwise they're not going to be visible when they go on. So they need to go on like so. And now we get another 5-bar girder and 3 more of our detail bits. That's 4. And these get mounted in the second, the third, and the last hole. And then we need this brown one. I've never seen one of these before. It's a cross connector piece with a Lego bit at the end. With a Lego stud at the end, I should say. And that one gets mounted through here. So at the end of the black L's, you have a cross. And this one mounts into that black piece there. And that gives us quite a stable Lego construction to put on the car. But we are not done yet. We have more to come. We need one of these circle and crosses, and we need one of these end pieces, and we need an extra long blue connector. And we put the extra long one through the orange connector piece. We mount the circle and cross behind it. And that's it. Now we get to mount that to this brown cross that was sticking out the back. That goes in there. Right, I get the idea there's going to be something going into here at some point in order to hold it in place. Now we actually start to build the details of the back of the car. So we've got vents that you get at the back of the car. I don't know if that's the exhaust on a Corvette or not, but we've got the vents on the back of the car, which we're going to add next. And this is proper Lego. So I can name these ones. We have a 1x2 flat tile, and we have a 1x2 sloping grill, or sloping vent, whichever one you prefer. That's good. These ones I can name. And then she proceeds to get the name completely wrong. We mount the sloping grill to the 2x2, and we stick that at the back, our first piece of detail. Then we get the long yellow bar that we have remaining over in our set. And that one comes through, as I suspected, into here. What am I missing? I'm missing a piece. What have I done wrong? I haven't mounted either of these two pieces. I've skipped a step. So we need to find the orange wing. We need to get the right one, because there's two of these orange wings. And we need this one. So this one gets mounted on the side. You know what? I've just been paid, and I think I'm going to get a proper mounting for my Lego camera, because hanging it off of the monitor is starting to get a little bit annoying, and I sometimes forget where I'm supposed to be building the Lego. Being able to control where that is in an easier way, that's got to be worth spending some time and money on. And then we need another one of these ones. Thankfully, it's not too bad, because I can just slide this on there like that. That could have been much worse. Now we put an orange connector piece. It's kind of a little U-shaped piece. Let's see if I can show you. And I know I've seen them. That kind of looks like it. And this one goes on like so. Oh, you can only do it one way. On one side it's a cross, and on the other side it's a circle. That makes life easier, doesn't it? And then it doesn't go on. So now we can mount this with a grey connector piece, which I had not seen until the last minute. One of these. We can mount it just above that place for the steering. Drop it into here. And push it through. Now I'm assuming this mounts somewhere else too, because this does not seem overly stable. but we'll see. I suspect we're going to be building the other side too now. Oh, we are, but we're building it in a slightly different way. First of all, we're going to mount a piece to hold it all in place. That's going to be the second one of these. I'm terrified that every time I pick this up, I'm going to break something off of it. So we're going to slide that one across the end. Like so. That at least stops it from falling off. It still wobbles, but it doesn't fall off anymore. Thank you, Lego. Now we get to build the other side. So it's exactly the same, just reversed. Let's see how many mistakes I can make here. So we will mount 2 of these black connector pieces. And we mount those in the second and the third hole. And just like before, of course, should have remembered this one. We need to mount it up the side like so. There we go. Then we get our last black connector piece. And we want, okay, that's wrong. I'm now calling 2 things black connector pieces. Our cross girder. We have to mount 2 of these in the side and 1 of these black extra long cross connectors underneath it like so. And that mounts in here. I'm doing this too quickly. I know I am going to make a mistake in a minute. Our last orange L shape, I get the impression that we're possibly getting a little bit close here, people. We're getting that close. I'm just going to put my black connector pieces on the desk now. And we need a different type of black connector piece. That would be from here. One of these. One of these. That we can put the black connector piece in the side, and that gets mounted like so. And that mounts onto these 2. A blue extra long connector piece, which goes through the top of this one. And then this one mounts on the end with the cross underneath. That's where our yellow bar is going to come through in a second. Our last black L-shaped piece and another 2 of our Lego mountain pieces. Oh, my son's going to be so happy if I finish this today. I can give him some of his toys back. The blue cup that I'm using to hold my blue pieces. That's from his tea set from his kitchen. I think I've stolen it for about a month now. Poor guy. Oh, I can't believe it. I have done it again. I have made exactly the same mistake that I made last time. This has to mount the other way. Let's try that one again. I'm just trying to think what the Dutch expression there is. Zelfs een ezel. So that is now correct. We get our last girder. And we start to mount this one across the front. We put 3 pieces on it. And this is obviously reversed too. So we do the first, the third, and the fourth. And this gets mounted like so. In a minute, that's going to get connected with one of those brown connecting bars. And here is that brown connecting bar. Through there, like that. And now we need to build up the last angled piece. So for that one, we need an extra long blue connector piece. We put that into this side here. And then we drop that in like so. Like so even. Make sure you get it the right way, because now that's got to mount in here. And that's where the yellow bar is going to connect to. Now we get to build up that grill from the other side, that vent. So a black 1x2 flat and a black slope vent. This goes on our Lego pieces like so. We'll remember to put the wing on this side this time. So we'll get a little bit of a nice shape for the car. And then this slides on here. Ta-da! Okay, it's not quite looking like the back end of a car yet, but it's at least looking more complete than it did last time. I still want to know how this is not going to swing backwards and forwards freely. We now need our extra long bar, and this has 2 extra pieces on it. Says she, hopefully. And they go almost in the middle. Now, did I guess that correctly? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes! Had to happen sometime. And this joins the back end together across these 2 bars here. One on one side and one on the other. The hammering stopped, by the way, so I can hear stuff again, thankfully. Right, almost at the last bits now. I don't have that many large sections left. I'm curious as to how many of the things I've got left on the table are going to be extra. That is absolutely cold tea now. It's good I'm a software developer. I think if I wasn't used to drinking cold tea because I forgot to drink it when I was trying to solve a problem, that would be really nasty. So I need sticker number 2, so that's this one. And let's get this ready. We need a long blue connector. So sticker 2. So we can chop this one across here. And then we go to the side. I'm going to come back to your comments about tea in a second. Across the top. And then the other side. Oh. So yeah, it could be iced tea. The weather that's outside at the moment, this time last year in lockdown, we were wishing we had a pool in the garden. This year in lockdown, I'm wishing it was warm enough to put the pool up. So it could definitely be iced tea. And yeah, you gotta have milk in your tea. They take away my second passport if I didn't have milk in the tea. So this we have to mount at the end. Now this is an interesting one because this is actually too big. The sticker is actually bigger, even though I have actually cut it quite reasonably. The sticker is still actually too big for the bar. So this one's just going to have to be gulp guesswork. Yep. This has to be the most reverse English thing possible. Stacey doing her utmost on these stickers, and we're just going on about tea, which is so cool because I'm the English one here. I should be the one going on about tea. I'm just fighting stickers instead. And I've even peeled that off the wrong side now. No. I may get too emotional about stickers. Right, here goes. So we're going to try and mount it about there and try and mount it straight. That's not bad. I can accept that one. I did that with a lot more confidence than I felt, by the way. Okay, so now we have the interesting one of only mounting this halfway. You see, this goes into the third hole, but we only push it in so that it's level on the other side. I suspect later we're going to push that together and connect to something else. And this mounts on here. Is that right? No, it doesn't look right at all. Okay, what have I done wrong? I've mounted the doors wrong. I must have mounted the doors wrong, but I don't know why or how. Because this bar is supposed to line up with this bar. The thing is, I don't see how I should have mounted it. I think I'm going to have to back up a few places and try and see. I wonder, I don't know if you can remember. Take these brown bits out. I think that I maybe should have mounted these one bar up. So rather than mounting these yellow flush, I'm wondering if I should have mounted these one bar up. It's the only way that this can possibly work. Try and mount it like that. But that doesn't look right from the side. This is a point where I scream and say I hate Lego. No, this is all mounted in the right place. So we've got the doors mounted here, and that yellow one is mounted at that point. It shouldn't mount any higher than that. So why isn't the back of the car lining up? That means I've mounted something wrong on the back of the car. So that's going to be the next one to check. Does that mean that the roof's not supposed to, or the back end's not supposed to mount through the top, but lower than that? Oh, this is frustrating. I'm not going to put the windscreen back on until I know I'm doing something right. No, here it is. That's all mounted in the right place. The blue goes over the top. Okay, I am slightly flummoxed now. Because this bar should join up with... Do you think that's it? Is it just supposed to go at more of an angle than they show you? Yeah. Let's see how that goes, shall we? I think that's just supposed to be angled slightly, you know. Let's mount the other side and see how it goes. And then we'll put the windscreen back together. Hello, and welcome to an afternoon of Stacey going, how on earth is this supposed to join up? I've done this bit. Here we go. Step 187. Do the same thing on the other short bar with the last long sticker, which I believe fell in here. I was wondering if you were going to say something, Jess. I've seen you build Lego, though. You build Lego well. Any mistakes that you've made must have been when I was out of the room. Are you doing a build this Tuesday, Jess? And if so, what build are you going to do? Or is it a surprise? We're not allowed to know. It's going to be a Star Wars set. That's cool. I'm currently trying to decide what my May Star Wars sets are going to be. Yeah, this is the May. Because I had planned on treating myself to the Scout Troop or the Scout Trooper helmet from Lego. Because Scout Troopers are by far my favorite Stormtroopers. And then it was kind of, well, I can do that. I can get the Imperial Probe Droid, and I've just got Venom, so I can build with you in a few weeks, Jess. But it was... Friends has just been released. The Friends Apartments. And I really want the Friends Apartments. And it costs about the same as the other Lego things, and I can't do all of them in the same month. So it's, what order do I buy things? So I'm still trying to decide on that one. Star Wars or Friends? It's a tough choice. Oh, that one did not go well. That one's now mounted slightly sideways. Eek. Yeah, I think the Friends is more likely to sell out too. And I have Central Perk already, so I can go with that one, but I don't want it to be like Big Bang. I'd really love the Big Bang set, but that's like 150, 200 euros if you can find one somewhere. And it's not a big set. So maybe I should just get it whilst it's there. So we have a blue long connector that goes in the third pylon. And now we can connect this to the other side, and I can swear, you know what, it doesn't go in that one at all. It goes in this one. The third from this end. And we mount this one. Let's mount it at the back and then try and bring everything together. Okay, I've broken this one again. You know what? I've mounted both of these wrong. The black bit's supposed to go towards front. Let's try this one again. So I did have it right originally, and it is supposed to be mounted this way. That's better. Oh, I did do that one right. Oh, that I've forgotten that I did the other one correctly. So now that I'm 90% sure that's right, I'm going to remount my windscreen if I can find the brown pegs that I took out. Oh, the door's no longer open now. These bars hold the door in place, so the doors aren't supposed to open. Which is fun, because I've now got to figure out how to get these brown bars in place. Ah, it's not that bad. That's one. That's the second one. We're getting there. We're getting there. We now need our last two kind of T-pieces. We need two of our last three blue connector pieces. So you know what? I'm just going to empty this box too. Let's get those out of the way, the empty ones. We put the blue connector bits in the front, like so. And then we need some black connector bits in the side. One, two. And these mount here, sticking back. Is that going to give us a whale tail or something, maybe? Like so. And then we get two more, our last two. Long black connector pieces. And we stick these in these uprights here, sticking out the back. I have no idea what's going to be mounted on here. Wowza. We need a whopping 8 of our blue pieces. 2, 4, 6, 8. Still with plenty more left behind, so I'm guessing there's more of these to do. Chase it, Stacy. And this goes on the second, third, fourth, sixth, the 8th, 10th, 11th, 12th, like so. And this gets mounted across the back here. I'm really curious as to what's going to be put across the back of the car. Making a really weird bet. I don't know what this is going to turn into. Oh, exhaust. Corvette's got 4 exhausts. Wow. So we need one of our grey pipes. We need these 2 weird bits. And we need some grey connectors. We need 5 grey connectors. Do we? Oh, because we have a spacer in there. Read the instructions. Narrator. She would never read the instructions. We need 2 end pieces, like so. And we need 4 more of our little connectors. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Leaving 2 behind. That's not a connector. Leaving 1 behind. So I wonder if that one that's left behind is an extra piece. So we're going to start by mounting this so that we have the cross to the side. Then we're going to put these weird pieces on with a spacer between the 2 of them. And then we're going to put the other connector on. And this is going to mount at the bottom under here, look. Now we need to add our 4 connector pieces in so that we can put 4 spacers on the other side, if they go on. And there, I guess, is our exhaust. Now, does it mount up or down? It mounts up. So let's drop this one onto here. 1, 2. And we have the nice 4 exhaust poking out of the back. And then we get to build some actual Lego again. So we need 2 1x3 flats. We need 2 1x2 flats. 2 rounded pieces. And we need 2 flat pieces. And we'll take those ones out for when we need them. So we're going to mount the 1x2s on the 1x3s. This is Lego I know and love. We're going to mount the roundy pieces on the front, like so. And then we're just going to finish them off. And these mount either side of this steering contraption, like so. Now we get to build the rear lights. So for that one, we need these 2 black pieces. And we need the 4 tail lights. And of course, because it's an American car, it doesn't have any indicators. It only has stop lights. So we're going to mount the tail lights to the black wings. And we're going to mount these in the car so that the wing goes down at the edge. So I'm guessing kind of like that. Now it's starting to take on the appearance of the back of a car. The last sticker! We have a shiny 1x2 black piece. And I've now got to cut out this last orange sticker. This is getting quite close to done. Eek! But I'm cutting way too quickly. I'm getting confident. It's a bad thing. I get confident, I make mistakes. There we go. Our ZR1 badge for the back of the car. I was kind of expecting this to be one of the last one that goes on because, it's the badge that names the car. Really, that should have been the last one to go on, shouldn't it? We'll line this up with the black sticker. This works so much better for a standard Lego piece. Not quite center, but close enough. Way better than I can do freehand. And we're going to put that one in the middle here. Just another 8 pages to go. So we need two. Well, I hope not 2 of these. I don't have 2 of these. Why are they in different boxes? They came out of 2 different bags because I just poured the bags into each one of these boxes. So these we mount on the back like so. 1, 2. Now that is going to be mounting a rear wing because there's no other reason for having that mounted at the back there. And then we need to get the last piece of the remote steering in place. So we just have this crank that we're going to, or this cog that we're going to push on. And here, it just makes it easier to do the steering. Now we get to build the wing. So we need our last yellow bar. Let's just get all this on the desk now rather than searching for it. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to do a very quick sort. So we have our connector bits. We have 2 wings. We have 2 of these connector bits. 2 long cross connector bits. 2 little winglets. Some blue cross connector bits. Some black connector bits. A yellow spacer. And a last grey bar. And a load of offcuts from the stickers. And still half a cup of tea, which I've not drank. Yeah, that's milky iced tea. And that is kind of oh horror. So we need to get the right wing. Not necessarily the white wing, but the right... How can you say the right... The correct wing for the one that we're building, which would be this one, 22. Oh, it even says 22. This one says 21. I had not noticed that. So for the things where you need the left and right, they do actually number the pieces, and they tell you which number you need. Why had I not noticed this through the rest of the book? So we need 22, and we're going to stick our yellow connector piece in the back. We're going to get a spacer and mount that underneath and vertically. Then we're going to build a weird bit. We're going to put that to one side. We want one bar, one connector bit, and one of these crossover bits. And we have to build with the cross going down. That one, okay, it's got to be at a 90-degree angle, but we'll do that when we mount it. Oh, that's it. This is how we mount it. Like so. Is this going to be a movable rear wing, maybe? I wonder. Then we need another spacer. Only now we go the other way. So we keep the cross stationary. No, it's not a movable rear wing. We keep the cross stationary, and the round one goes through the yellow. And then we mount two more spacers on there. We have this cross which goes down vertically, and we have this one which goes down vertically with the round bit available to be used. And we finish it off What have I done wrong? I have missed step 200. Why was that not one step? Ah. La 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 la. Now we mount this. This is better. And now we can mount the wing on the other side. So we have our rear wing, which we now just need to figure out how to mount. That is mounted with the leading edge going to the front. And we just push that into place like so. And we've got the rear spoiler on our ZR1. Phew! A couple more pages and we're done. Oh, these are wing mirrors, are they? Okay. So we mount the blue bits in the front. We've got to build two of these mirrors. So we'll do them both at the same time. And then we mount these black connector bits onto the blue bit that's sticking out. Like so. And these mount in the second hole of the windscreen support. Thankfully they spin, so you can mount them as you want. Come on. In you go. So we can now see behind us. That's always good when you're driving. Wow, we're really almost done. And I see I miss another piece. Because if I see here, these blue bars at the back are these blue bars at the back, and I've not pushed them through to lock them in place yet. So let's do that now. Because we have to mount our rear wings, or our wings. We have one at the back, and we have one at the front, and we have one at the back, and one at the front. Now that really does look like a car. What's the chances that the next one is make the wheels and put the wheels on the car? Make the wheels and put the wheels on the car. And I think the same as I said when we were building the Porsche 911, when I'm doing something like this, I always get reminded of the wonderful pub quiz trivia question. Who is the largest tire manufacturer in the world? And at the time, I've not checked to see if it's still true, but it was the Lego Group. They made more tires than anybody else. 2, 3, and a 4. Awesome. Let's mount the wheels. One, 2, 3, 4, and we have our finished, complete with steering, Corvette ZR1. Yeah, that is absolutely a trick question. I don't think anybody in the pub got it right when it was asked. I want to know this now. Would that also be true if it was measured in weight or volume? That's a really good question. Am I going to remember to look that up in time for next week's stream? I think Jessica knows the answer to this one. Not knows the answer to the question, knows the answer to whether or not I'm going to remember to do something. So we have our car that we can steer. I'm just a big kid at heart. With the engine that runs, although you can't really see. Oh yeah, you can just about see one half of the engine working. The other side does work as well, honest. It's just a camera angle. And we're there. And well, I think at 90 minutes, I've taken up enough of your afternoons as well. So thank you so much for joining me today. We have our Corvette finished, which means I need to figure out just what it is I'm going to be building next week. Like I said, I've got a few people that are going to come on and join us for building. So I'll see if I can organize that for the coming weeks. Otherwise, it might possibly be the space shuttle. It's either going to be a space shuttle or it's going to be a Lego Technic transporter. One or the two. So that's amazing. Very cool. And wow, how nice it turned out. Oh, thank you. I am so looking forward to next time as well. And I think on that note, I am going to go downstairs. I'm going to start making pizza bread, and I'll let you know how that one goes as well. I wish you all a very good Sunday afternoon. Good luck seeing if the answer comes out from anywhere. I'm going to try and remember to do something, do some research, do and find out. And I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.